Hello everyone, this is Defense Politics Asia, and this is the HIMARS Watch. So let's check out what is the latest information that comes out from Ukraine about the HIMARS. So everything that we know about HIMARS. So first thing first, we have a missile strike reported by the Russian Defense Ministry hitting a warehouse in Uman in Cherkasy region. So reportedly they have destroyed 300 HIMARS rocket, and 300 HIMARS rocket, doesn't sound like a lot, but Levy, the pro-Russian source, calculated that it actually worth 45 million US dollars. So that actually put some kind of perspective on how much resources is lost in this single strike. So definitely worth the price of firing that missile at, or multiple missiles at this warehouse by the Russian forces. And we also have a multitude of HIMARS shelling reported by the Russian side. We have on the 7th of August, the HIMARS shelling reported at Elchev or Elchevs. So according to this one is by the Luhansk People's Republic military official channel. They said that HIMARS fired one missile at the village of Elchev, and as a result, apartment building was damaged. So further information will be clarified, and later the information came out and they said that as a result of this shelling, one civilian was killed, 19 were injured, including 5 children. Of course, they have to add children separately to, of course, gain more anger and sympathy. And 13 apartments, buildings, 4 kindergartens, and the school is damaged. So this, on this part, they say it's one missile, but this damage seems to be more than one missile kind of thing. So not sure why there's this discrepancy, since one missile might not be able to damage this much things unless it's really a very strategic hit. I believe there's still more. Do we have more? Okay, so the rest, this is the only shelling report that was like reportedly hit. We have other shelling reports where the bridge at the Hryhorivka hydropower plant has been damaged, but not sure if this is actually hit by HIMARS. So, but otherwise, we do have a multitude of HIMARS missiles or rockets getting shot down. So over Kherson on the 9th of August, there's 17 HIMARS missiles getting intercepted. Sorry, this is across multiple locations. So some rockets are getting shot down over Kherson. We have some shot down over Antonivka. So Antonivka is actually this part of Kherson, where the Antonivsky Bridge is. So it's actually probably more or less the same place. Not sure where these missiles are flying over the Kherson region. Might be referring to the same place, trying to hit the Antonovsky Bridge. So that might actually explain the further aims at this location. So, and then we have strikes, also rockets shot down over Novokhovka twice, on the 9th and on the 10th. So I believe these are the ones that are trying to hit the bridge. And we also have interestingly rockets shot down over Lyubimivka, which is over here, or on the other side of the Dnieper River. And Melitopol itself also has been a target, where on the 8th, HIMARS rockets were shot down, and on the 9th as well. So on both days. So I believe the target might be this airbase here, might be the airbase, or it might be some other military installation around Melitopol. So not so sure. And I believe we have. So on the 6th, there is a alleged destruction of a HIMARS at Stepney. So according to Ryber, they analyzed the footage and they geolocated this video of the alleged destruction of HIMARS to be at Stepney over here. However, and they say that based on this information, they say that the HIMARS actually probably is parked around this place. This military base here is actually their home base, and they actually travel out to Stepney to fire the missiles, and then they can actually go back here. So this is where they guess that the base is. However, they themselves, based on the video, cannot confirm if this is actually HIMARS, since the video is shot by Olan UAV, and Olan's camera is terrible, so they cannot really tell. They can only tell based on the video and the shadows that is likely to be in the morning at 10 a.m. So, but if you look at the range from here to here, it's around 100 kilometers away from Melitopol. And given the fact that if this is the base that they are operating, the HIMARS can actually just travel down south, maybe to around Hryhorivka, and they can actually range it with the supposed missiles. The shorter range rockets are actually around 92 kilometers range, so that's actually put Melitopol just in range of the HIMARS around this region here. So it is not surprising that they might be using this area here as a launching pad to fire against targets in Melitopol. So this actually corroborates that there are indeed HIMARS operating around Zaporizhzhia region here, just north of Koyamsky, that is used to attack Melitopol. So on this side, on the Mykolaiv or southern front side, we have multiple intercepts. And from these intercepts, we can actually do some triangulation. So for example, 92 kilometers around here, so we can actually range it. So it goes as far as probably Beshtenka, and perhaps just north of Kaluha, and that's probably the range. And actually, if let's say we go from the furthest point here, let's say let's go from this part of Lyubimivka at 92 kilometers. We can actually range it to be around Bereznehuvate, which is in this region here. And we use this point, we can actually see that the furthest range is actually around up to Volodymyrivka to Beshtenka, just short of Beshtenka. And in that sense, that we can actually kind of triangulate that this area is actually where the HIMARS is firing from. If let's say they are all more or less from the same battery, and then they are firing more or less on the same days. So this is on the 10th, this is on the 10th, on the 9th, this on the 9th, then this is on the, forgot to put the date, this on the 10th. So on the 9th and 10th, so they are all firing more or less on the 9th and the 10th, and which means that they should be around more or less the same region. And most likely the HIMARS is in this region, this triangle, and they, or in a different day, they might actually be here. But since that this is fired on the 9th, this is on the this is, let's check which day is this. This is on the 8th, so that's a different day. This is on the 10th, and this is on the 10th. So the 10th one should be all here. The Kherson one, they might be actually firing around Beshtenka region around here. This could be the one that is firing around Kherson. So it's around here, looking like a bra now. And so this is how we can triangulate more or less where the HIMARS are operating, which also verifies that we do have this HIMARS operating in this region. At least there's two. There's at least two. We can actually put it around here, so we can actually have some interesting analysis, where this HIMARS is. But of course, we have to also keep in mind that there are more HIMARS coming in. There's 4 more at least, and there's actually also the M240, I think. The one, the bigger one, the one with 12 missiles with tracked, that is also here. I think there's 4 of them. So we're not sure. We haven't heard anything. We haven't, on the DPA side, on our research, we haven't seen anything about all this tracked HIMARS missile tracked launchers. We only saw the HIMARS version, the real version, where they can fire 6. The 12 missile tracked version HIMARS, I haven't seen anything about them operating just yet. There are only some videos and photos allegedly shows them in Ukraine firing some missiles, but no, we cannot confirm that information. So so this part, we can be sure that there's at least 1 or 2 batteries around here, because it's not very clear, since they write Melitopol, Kherson, and Kherson City, No, so this is Kherson City A region, and then we have a Melitopol. We're not sure how many missiles are being fired. So assuming that this is 2, so there's 12 missiles, and then they intercepted 17. So 17 minus 12 is 5. So maybe there's one that actually managed to hit the target, maybe here or maybe here. So there might be at least one HIMARS or 2 HIMARS here, and there's allegedly 1 destroyed. So we're going to put this into gray, and so we can put that limit at least 2 HIMARS in total operating in this region, ignoring the destruction. So we can actually kind of analyze that there's actually 2 around in Zaporizhzhia operating. So that's the calculation actually kind of match, since we are talking about 17 rockets and 17, 12 here, 5 here. That makes 17. Over at this side, so if there's a HIMARS strike on this region, we can actually do a ranging at 92 kilometers. So we're going from all the way from almost off Hryhorivka all the way to Kramatorsk, to all the way to even almost Vozdenzhenska, definitely within range of Konstantinivka, all the way to even fully covered at Divka at the south here. So the range is quite wide, and we are not sure how many. We are talking about only 1 missile, and maybe there's more. So I suppose that there might be 1 or 2 launchers around this Donbass Eastern Front region. Just that we're still not sure where it is. However, we do have this claim by the Russian Defense Ministry that there is one battery of Uragan MLRS, 1 battery of Acacia self-propelled system, and a combat vehicle of HIMARS hit near Kramatorsk. So this Kramatorsk on the 8th, and this is carried out on the 7th. So this destruction might be a result of this shelling. Because of the shelling, maybe on the 6th or the 7th, that they have the shelling, so they started to hunt for this HIMARS, and they probably found it at Kramatorsk. And if you talk about the destruction from Kramatorsk, it's definitely in range, because they wrote near. This is actually not the exact location. I simply just anyhow put this point here. Because this near can be here, can be here. It can be anywhere. So we can actually put it like this, and then we can actually kind of tell that this definitely more or less in the maximum possible range, which the Ukrainian should likely do, because they should maximize the range at a full range of 92 kilometers to fire the missiles or rockets, and not go too near the front and run the risk of meeting Russian Air Force or ground support aircraft. So but you see, the word they use is combat vehicles. We are not sure how many systems is hit, and so this is a very interesting situation. So we're gonna change this to the rocket icon, and go it to white, so that we can keep track of all this information. Hit unknown numbers, so we have this information as well. So this is verified that they can range this, and previously we have reports of the shelling around this region. I cannot remember which city now. So if you range it, they can't really hit. So the ones that hit the one in the south are probably destroyed in the previous report, which I think I might have accidentally deleted. So so okay, bad, that's bad. So we have this is a previous deployed position, and then there's an unknown quantity moved to Hryhorivka. It's unclear whether these are the ones similar to the one at Kramatorsk. Did they actually be redeployed to this side? The one at Kine, I think we will delete it. It's 22nd of July. It's very old already. This 27th of July is much more current, and but there is always this possibility that this redeployed to that side. We have also this is previous information where the 3 HIMARS is transferred to Andrivka region, and then we have another information of HIMARS destroyed, also by the Russian Defense Ministry. As you can see, the Russians are hunting the HIMARS down because it's really causing a lot of problems, logistic and resupply problem on the Russian side, and it's proving that HIMARS is actually making some kind of difference. I don't think it's big enough to change the tide of war, but it's definitely keep giving the Russians a lot of problems for them to have to face, and that's why we are seeing all these reports of destruction. Let's see what's the date for this. This is on the 6th. This information is coming from the 6th. So this is coming before the one before this one was destroyed at Kramatorsk, more or less the same day at the Elkev strike. So on this side, they also mentioned that US HIMARS multiple launch rocket systems were destroyed near the Petrigorskoye at Kharkiv region, which actually I narrowed down to Pyatihirske in this region here in the Balaklia front. So this is destroyed during counter battery warfare. So that means HIMARS might have been deployed when they fired, and then they were detected. The location was actually revealed due to the launch, and then they actually took it out. So by counter battery, probably it means that they got destroyed by artillery as well, or maybe by other multiple launch rocket system. It's unclear what were these HIMARS doing here. What were their targets? We're not sure because we didn't have much reports talking about. Oh, there is. So there is a rocket, but this is on the 8th. This destruction is on the 9th, on the 6th. So not sure if there's any relations, but there was a interception report over here, at the Suka Kayamka. Let's see, Suka Kayamka at Kharkov region. So this is definitely way in range. This is like only 66 kilometers. But of course, if you range a bit more, 92, it doesn't really go much further. At most, it can actually go until the Hryhorivka National Park at Zaporizhzhia. It can't really even reach Sloviansk. So this range is more or less there. So it could be a case where the alleged destruction did not really destroy all the batteries, which is why the HIMARS operating in this region is still managed to continue to attack here. And especially we still have this unknown quantity deployed at Hryhorivka, and they can definitely also coming from more or less around this region, which is only 50 kilometers away. So we are not sure if this or this are the same people or the same vehicles. We are definitely these are probably related. What is this information news? Oops, there's no. It came out slower. So this was on the 22nd of July. So it's a very old information already. So not sure. So this 27, this 22nd. So the dates are a bit old. This is coming together with the one at Kine. So this is very old already. Should we delete it? So maybe. So let's delete this off. I think it's too old, and we can actually change this icon to the missile one, and then we keep a record of this information here. So, but because the lack of clarity in terms of how many HIMARS is destroyed, we are unable to track the numbers in terms of how many HIMARS are left, or what the situation is like. But this definitely we are actually able to track. At least we know that there is at least one or two operating in this region, since there is some reports of the firing here. This one definitely, we have some HIMARS operating in the Donbass Eastern Front region, and that hits Elkev. And of course, we have at least two at Zaporizhzhia, at least two in the Mykolaiv front. So anyway, this is the HIMARS Watch. Hopefully this is interesting to you, and we will continue to monitor the HIMARS situation, and I'll probably also look forward to the 270, the M270. Yeah, this M142, right? So I believe the one is M270 HIMARS. Yes, I'm correct. M270 HIMARS. This is the one which is the track version with double the payload. Can fire 12 missiles on their own, which means one single vehicle is equals to 2 HIMARS. So we will we'll definitely keep track of any intel that coming out regarding this M270. Tentatively, we still haven't seen anything. HIMARS wise, if these reports of destruction of HIMARS is true, then I think the situation must be really tight and very uncomfortable for the Ukrainian side. Especially the destruction of 300 shells is definitely devastating. That's got 45 million just in HIMARS is lost. That's actually a lot of money. So anyway, this is the HIMARS Watch, and I'll see you in the next update.